Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes, or go to patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Jam DeMatteis, and you are listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
I'm here for Peter. Parker perverts.
Don't talk to little Ray like that. Alright, kids, welcome back to another episode. Fun, exciting episode of the Ultimate Spider-Cast. I am Phil, joining me, as always, that short little killer who's the best there is at what she does. It is.
Ooh, Hellfire Bub. Don't you forget it.
You say bub.
Bub.
Alright, kids, that's right.
Where's my cigar?
That's right, kids. We're going to start a month-long, here and other places, here at least, we'll be doing Spider-Man and Wolverine team-ups, which we'll be seeing Wolverine all over this feed in the month of March. But right here, right now, we're doing Marvel team-up.
Of course I have it, I know.
Well, you know why? Because these aren't on the Marvel Unlimited app, so thank goodness for my 1990 Marvel Tales issues.
Special interest.
Obsession. My nervous.
That's the polite way of saying it.
My nervous tick. So yes, Marvel Team Ups 117 and 118 featuring Wolverine and Professor X. You know, I was thinking about that when I went down to get these Marvel Tales. You know, since it's not only but I'm like, so first they were in Marvel Team Up, and then they reprinted in Marvel Tales. So not only did they get 2 bites at the apple, but like when the reprint was $1, so I'm just like, I don't think the first time was $1.
No, it's 60 cents or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
so
it's pretty old.
Yeah,
early 80s, right?
Something. Yeah, it's probably like early to mid 80s, maybe early 80s. Yeah, because Marvel Team Up ran until 150, and then that's when they went to Web of Spider-Man. They're like, enough of these team ups. Like, this kid's gonna be around for a while. He can hold 3 books on his own. All right. Should we jump into these and then get to some new stuff? Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, honestly, I don't care if we talk about anything but Ultimate Spider-Man. All right. Hold on. I thought I had the synopsis up. All right.
It's got Wolverine in it. It's got a synopsis, but
oh yeah, bub. No, I looked before. There's a synopsis. I just I don't know. You'd be surprised.
Nah, Wolverine fans have an obsession. They have to.
I know, but no. Justin and I are going to be doing there's Marvel Comics Presents the whole Weapon X thing, and I don't think there's synopsis for that.
No, there are. You just got to look hard.
Oh, that's what she said. Okay.
Ooh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. It's a habit. I just hear hard, and I just that's what she said. All right. Marvel Team Up number 117 from May 1982. Sense and Senses. Sense as SCENT. Sense and Senses.
If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. So Wolverine ain't gonna be in it.
Oh my!
That's what this means. That's what I take it as.
So, what do you think of this cover? I mean, this is something.
Hey, now leave Bobby Layton and Joe Rubenstein alone.
I know. And I usually like their stuff, but I'm just like, I don't know. Some of the
it's a little try hard, but I do like the fact that Spider-Man is in the back of it.
Yeah, but some of the proportions.
Wolverine is up front.
Some of the proportions seem off.
It is giving a little bit of a little feet, little waist, but it's fine.
Oh, I thought going to say it looks around me a more modern, you know who.
Your mother's a whore. Oh no, I would never.
No? Okay,
that's like the worst insult.
I'm sorry.
Tom DeFalco will not stand for that kind of thing, as he was the editor of this. He wouldn't stand for it. I mean, he's no Jim Shooter, pow, but we do have in DeFalco we trust sometimes.
I was going to say it because I kind of like the Marvel Tales cover better.
That's way better.
Yeah. They knew what they were doing in 1990.
Well, you know, every decade has a certain feel and look. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but once they hit the 90s, because again, it was so
writer
driven before, but then
over,
they were like, hey, we can sell this thing on the art. Big boobs and pouches.
been a detriment ever since, unfortunately.
Yeah. Again, it has to be like a nice combo. You can't favor one over the other.
Some people do, though. Some people, it's all about the art for them.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I get it. Like, for movies, I get it. There's some movies I can watch with the sound off and it's perfectly fine. And Madam Web isn't even one of them, unfortunately.
Madam Web's neither.
You can't do anything with that movie.
Somebody at work asked me, they said, what did you think of Madam Web? I said, well, don't expect all the plot lines to complete themselves.
I didn't expect anything, and it's still disappointing.
Exactly. Check out Capes and Lunatics episode 322 for our review.
I think that's the best line that sums it up, bro. I didn't even expect anything, and even got less than that.
I expected nothing and was still disappointed. Right.
Sorry, boys, if that sounds a little too close to home.
All right, so this one, writer, friend of the show, J.M.D. Mateus, as you heard. Penciler, Herb Trimpe. Inker,
Herb Trimpe.
Yes. Inker, Mike Esposito. Colors, Bob Sharon. Letterer, Joe Rosen. And editor, Tom DeFalco.
All the people who you think would be here at this time.
Exactly. Yeah, I love Trimpe stuff. Like, when I hear Herb Trimpe, first thing I think of is the Hulk.
Yes, correct.
You know, the strongest Marvel character there is.
There's my boy.
Oh, please, I'm not Wrestle. I know my place. All right. The X-Man known as Wolverine is out in the forest.
Hold on, wait. Although if that girl from Madam Web who allegedly is going to be playing Hawk Girl has anything to say about it, seems like Superman might be a soy boy. So we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. Wolverine is out in the forest of upstate New York hunting a deer. However, he doesn't intend to kill the majestic creature, only uses his enhanced senses to get close enough to touch it. As he does so, the feral mutant is unaware that someone is watching his activities from far away in an observation center.
He can't smell them? Doesn't he have scent for 1,000 miles or something?
Who's he, Matt Murdock? I don't know. Maybe the mysterious villains. I don't know.
Oh, the trench coat blocks in all the odor. That's why they always wear a trench coat.
Their armor or whatever. Yeah.
Their armor.
Wolverine suddenly becomes aware of a human scent and is surprised when he's confronted by a man on horseback dressed in a garb of a Roman soldier. Telling the mutant that he is trespassing on private property, the soldier orders Wolverine to surrender and accompany him to his master for punishment. It's not what you think, kids.
Who could it be?
All right. We'll find out. Let's power through this. Extracting his adamantium claws, Wolverine refuses to go without a fight and gets one when an army of soldiers begin coming out of the woods around him. Wolverine relishes the fight, but as he begins gaining ground, one of the soldiers gasses him and takes Wolverine prisoner. He's too much for us men. Enact a play in Dutch oven.
Oh no.
When Wolverine's capture is captured and brought to their leader, the mysterious Professor decides that after his psionic experiments were foiled by Captain America and the Defenders, you may know. If you're regular,
who could it be?
If you're a regular listener of Marvel Tales, you may know some stuff that's going on. He demands to know more about superheroes, ordering his men to capture another. So yes, kids.
Being a professor in the Marvel Universe is actually not a good thing. You're basically destined to be a bad guy. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Doctors, professors. Higher education is,
Looking at you, Reed Richards.
Oh, leave him alone. He cured
Doom did nothing wrong!
He cured acne in the Marvel Universe. Leave him alone.
Yes, Pimple Popper MD. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right.
Oh, skin cancer.
Pimple Popper MD. Oh, yes.
It comes back to me.
What did you say? But yes, kids, if you want that Captain America Defenders tale, Marvel Tales number 58, scroll down as Lilith rolls her eyes. A short time later, Spider-Man is swinging across the city to meet up with his classmates, Marcy Kane, Roger Hochberg, and his date, Mia Carrera.
No one we care about.
Well, yeah. However, before Spider-Man, it's so funny. There's like this like chunk of like, was it like the early 80s, maybe even like late 70s? Peter got like all these new friends and like, yeah, they never lasted. All the old ones came back.
They definitely weren't his amazing new friends, were they?
Oh, nice. Well, as you keep telling me, nothing beats a redhead.
I mean, I think the universe just knows. It's just a universal fact at this point. If you ain't got one, I feel bad for you.
It's just a ginger world, and we're all living in it. However, before
if you're lucky.
Hell. However, before Spider-Man can change back into Peter Parker to meet with them, he is suddenly attacked by a fleet of Roman soldiers and one-man aircrafts, attempting to capture him for their leader.
This is so pretentious, but whatever.
Spider-Man lures his attackers away from the growing crowd on the streets and manages to lose them before they can gas him. As the soldiers fly away, Spider-Man tags one of their ships with a spider tracer so he can track them later. He then changes back into Peter Parker to meet up with his friends. Meanwhile, Wolverine wakes up to find himself in a mock-up of a Roman Colosseum, where he is forced to fight a jouster on horseback dressed in a suit of armor. Wolverine easily dismounts his attacker and rips off his helmet. This reveals what appears to be a helpless old man who begs Wolverine to spare him as he was forced to attack him. However, Wolverine's senses tell him the truth and he slashes apart what is actually a robot. He then
The only reason you should have a robot is for horny Dr. Doom purposes. Otherwise, they'll rise up in revolt.
I love that one part in this story when Wolverine's like, pretentious robots. He's like, is this Doom?
Close, but no cigar.
It's like, no, kid, they look like Roman soldiers. They don't, Doom, they all have to look like
They're
him.
not fembots.
They're fembots. They look like him. So Doom either wants horny lady robots or the Doom himself. So,
oh, that fascinating mind of Victor Von Doom.
College dropout extraordinaire. He then slashes his way out of the arena.
If college wasn't so expensive, he wouldn't have to drop out and be a dictator, okay?
Oh, he had to choose between college and plastic surgery after a while.
Exactly.
And he chose neither. By this time, Spider-Man has tracked the signal from his spider tracer to a medieval castle. Observing Spider-Man's arrival, the owner activates a device that makes the castle mobile. Still, Spider-Man manages to leap inside, but instantly begins dodging various death traps within. Elsewhere in the facility, Wolverine finds himself in a replica of a Roman bacchanal surrounded by more robots. The robots...
I'm going to tell you this, though. This is better than a battle man.
Yeah.
He's stepping up his game a little bit, at least.
I guess, the minute he walked in that bacchanal, I just heard you saying, okay. Okay,
relatable content for me, okay.
Feeling this a little more, okay. The robots disassemble and attack him from all corners, but he easily slices them to bits. When the battle is over, he is joined by Spider-Man, who just arrived via a trapdoor. Oh, get it? He's a trapdoor spider.
Love it.
At first,
Hey, JM totally was like, yeah, the kids will eat that up.
Yeah.
They'll get it.
At first, Wolverine thinks this is another robot and attacks, but his senses quickly tell him that he is dealing with the genuine article and stops his attack. The two decide to work together to find out who is responsible for their capture. Their captor sends a massive robot out to greet them, and it explains that its master is planning to gas the inmates at a nearby prison while simultaneously sending troops to wipe out a small town. It then provides the two heroes with a schematic that can lead them out of the castle or to its master, and gives them the offer to stop him or stop these acts of mass murder. Wolverine responds by attacking the robot, ripping its head to shreds. A second robot appears, and when Spider-Man asks why its creator would attack these two locations, it explains that it is a test to see their abilities. While deciding what to do, Wolverine isn't concerned for the inmates, but Spider-Man wants to save both locations. When the Wallcrawler decides to go and save the prisoners, Wolverine is left with the task of saving the innocent people of Ivy Town. However, before he departs, he destroys the second robot. As Spider-Man slingshots himself onto the plane sent to drop the toxic gas on the prison, Wolverine confronts the soldiers attempting to annihilate Ivy Town. It's
Ivy Town. That sounds pretentious. Let them die.
Oh,
sounds like they're living it up in Ivy Town.
Wasn't that where Ray Palmer was in the comics?
I don't think it was Ivy Town. I think it was Ivy something.
So what's the name? So the Little League. What is it? The Ivy League.
Exactly.
While the wallcrawler makes short work of the plane, Wolverine's appearance prompts the soldiers to teleport back to their castle. When they double back, they find that the castle was gone. Realizing that it must have burrowed into the ground, they try to dig down to the tunnel. They witness its destruction, though, leaving them with no leads on where their mysterious attacker went. Meanwhile, within the castle, the mastermind behind this plot, a man named Professor Power, holds a meeting with his minions.
Because all the other good names were taken.
That's his real name.
I get their shekel then. Get you Ivytown.
See? When they
I
ask,
thought it was Ivanton or something like that. Because it's supposed to be in Massachusetts, so.
When they ask,
all the more reason to let it bomb, honestly.
Oh.
Sorry, MA. There's nothing good in that state. Sorry.
Matthew Conan would like to have a word with you.
Oh. But he does like Spider-Man 2099. So.
Wait, what did you say? What did you say? I can't hear you with that foot in your mouth. What?
He likes the 2099 stuff, so I think it's worth it. I'm kidding, of course.
When they ask where superheroes fit into his plans for a new world order, he tells them that he has much to consider.
Hey, at least we wouldn't lose a lot of Boston pizzas if they did.
Oh, that's true.
You know.
I thought they were Boston pizza owners.
So, what did you think of this one?
Bit of a corny villain for the team up, but...
Well, it's DeMatteis. I believe Power is, most DeMatteis, because...
Yeah.
Then Grudwald.
Yeah, he's just so, he just needs a Charlie mustache to twirl, you know?
I'm like, why do you care about anything, superheroes or anything, if you have this much money where you can build these robots?
Honestly, be like Bruce Wayne. Money is your superpower.
Moving castle. It's...
you got all these different kinds of robots. I would never leave the house nor worry about a superhero. He's got the wrong priorities, bro.
He has a place to live that can hide underground, and he has all these robots. Lilith.
Zuckerberg?
Lilith would never leave the house.
Never. I like it. I think it was very well balanced. We got equal parts, which is sometimes what they struggle with in the team ups.
Yeah.
I like the actual meet cute that's leading up to these two teaming up. I like it.
Yeah, and again, because of course it's DeMatteis. He knows how to tell a story, how to pace it.
I'll say it again. They don't make them like that anymore. They really don't.
No, they don't. Professor Power.
I don't know what's going on with this next cover either, but...
Oh, yeah. Well,
Meeting of the Minds.
Here's the Marvel Tales cover.
And it's for Junior.
What?
It's for Mina Junior.
Mm-hmm. Junior.
They just didn't know. They didn't have a solid plan in the beginning. I think later on it kind of solidifies. You can kind of see the threads, how they're all connected in the covers and stuff. But I think they're just slapping it together, getting it done at this point.
Just slapping it, getting it done. Okay. All right. So the next one.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah. All right. Marvel Team Up 118 from June 1982. Meeting of the Minds. And looks like it might be the same team, except letterer Diana Elbers this time. So, after fighting Professor Power's Roman soldiers upstate, Wolverine invites Spider-Man to a training session in the X-Mansion. Spider-Man finds the session too hard.
Don't do it! Xavier will get you. Don't do it.
So this is where you train.
He's like a teenager who needs a job? You got it. See, I'm glad he didn't go to Professor X. I'm in a whole different story.
Would you like to be a child soldier?
Exactly. Cyclops is like, it's not that bad, I promise.
The monthly rectal exams are nothing. Spider-Man.
Why do you think Wolverine's everywhere but the X-Men? It's like, how are you all these places? Aren't you an X-Men? Aren't you supposed to be doing stuff?
No wonder the Beast has hairy palms. Hail.
Exactly. We're going to leave our sweet, precious Hank McCoy out of this.
Yes. Spider-Man finds the session too hard and mentally thanks Professor X for stopping the session. He would have preferred a donut and a cup of coffee. So soon, Spider-Man shares the breakfast table with Colossus, Wolverine, Kitty Pryde, and Professor X himself. After breakfast, Spider-Man accompanies Professor X on his trip to Professor Power's mansion, where Charles was invited for a meeting. Yeah, it wasn't planned. He's kind of like, hey, a trip closer back to the city? Yeah, so he clings to the top of the car and falls asleep. They do not know still that Professor Power is the man who attacked them in the previous issue of this series. While Professor X talks with Professor Power about their latest political ideas, Spider-Man senses something troubling in the mansion and enters secretly. Yeah.
Tell me about it. It's ting ting tingling, ting ting tingling. Somebody was trying to sneak it in.
Hey-oh.
Like, Professor X is shocked that he figured out the connect. Like, oh my god, Professor X is so damn arrogant. Like, I hate it.
Didn't I wipe everyone's mind to that? Wouldn't that been his first move? They're like, yeah, okay, I'm about to wipe your mind. Does to everyone else. But he's attacked. Spider-Man is attacked by the same Roman soldiers he fought last time. Professor Power reveals that his real intention of meeting Professor Xavier is to ask him to try to heal the mind of his son, which was seriously injured in the Vietnam War.
Even worse than that, the worst reference, no tea, no shade to Diane Keaton, but like, you're dreaming of castaway fantasy Diane Keaton?
Hey.
Woof.
Hey, there's a lid for every pot. Come on.
I don't think that's Peter's lid nor pot.
Hey-oh. That's not his pot. Okay. Alright. Professor X finds the young man's mind is beyond healing, and also that Power's mind is hidden. When he tells Power that he is not able to heal his son, Professor Power captures Professor X inside a psychoplastic cage. And then Power explains how he has been able to hide his mind from Professor X's scans. He controls Mentallo's mental powers, but he also has to feed Mentallo's mind, and he needs Professor X's mind to do it.
You know what? I take it back. I just Googled young Diane Keaton. Yeah, okay. I get it.
Oh, my.
I had to. The curiosity was killing me, so. No, I get it. You got it, bud. Come on. DeMatteis knows what he's doing. Professor Power then drains Professor X's powers into Mentallo's mind and plans to activate a machine to propagate a mind war against the Soviet Union, which is what he wanted to do in the Captain America Defender story. Yeah. As I just barely missed the Cold War as a child, yeah, that's a thing that's still happening. It was actually pretty bad, too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, he literally says to Captain America, he's like, come on, kid, come on, we can knock out the Ruskies, we'll kill them with a big mental blast. And Captain America,
it's so weird when you have to remember that it's like, it was a long time ago, but not really a long time ago.
Oh, yeah, hatreds were there. It was just, it was just, they just hit it.
And I was like, but that was a lot of propaganda, too, because we all know Russia's just painted molds with a vindictive dictator, you know?
Mm-hmm.
War's good for the economy. We'll be all right.
Sure. But Spider-Man enters and fights Fixer, an agent of power, while Mentallo and Professor X fight a mind battle. Future Thunderbolt. The Fixer. Mentallo, in the end, Professor X wins, but some remaining connection in his mind, Power's draining machine in the young boy's mind, make this, Matthew Power gets injured again. Professor X frees himself after defeating Mentallo and explains Professor Power that his machinations may have destroyed his son's mind forever.
Ha ha ha. Professor X can relate.
Oh my. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Want to talk about messing up kids, man.
That's his favorite thing to do, whether it's surrogate or actual biologically related. Yeah, he's not good with that stuff.
No. He messed up his son's mind so much, his son tried to go back in time and kill his daddy's love by trying to kill daddy's rival.
Oof.
Age of Apocalypse.
Not knowing that was actually his boo.
Age of Apocalypse, kids. Alright, little thoughts.
Oh, no, it's solid. Listen, Jam, he's got it. It's solid. It's just like, Professor Power, though? Corny. Plus, mostly associated with, Defenders and Captain America, which I don't like, so... I think there's some Micronaut stuff I might have casually read. Do you remember that? Am I remembering that right?
I really don't read Micronauts.
With Professor Power, and I did not like him there either. He's not like a real son of a bitch. He's just kind of like incompetent, which is annoying. That's my favorite word, right? Competent.
Yeah. They did reference Micronauts 25. Fixer, Mentallo and Fixer were there. I haven't read any Micronauts, but stay tuned.
Really? That should have been up your alley.
Well, stay tuned. I really can't get into Micronauts. I don't know what it is, but yeah, stay tuned, Bo, because somewhere Justin and Russell may be talking some Micronauts. in the future.
That is so surprising that you're not into Micronauts. It's giving Transformers, you know?
They couldn't hold a oil pan.
Any bootleg, it's never going to be as good as the Superior, but then, you know, some people like that. Like, some people like the bag cereal in the cereal aisle, you know?
I don't know. It's like the same thing with...
They wouldn't make it if they didn't.
It's like the same thing with the Eternals for me. Like, I've tasted Micronauts through, like, you know, guest appearances, and I'm just like, yeah.
I don't get it, yeah.
No thanks.
Nah, fair enough. I just figured it would be right up your alley, though.
Nope.
He's like, no, thank you, ma'am.
I love how Lilith's like, hey, kid, how about some Micronauts? And I'm just like,
how about no?
That's right.
Well, I'm sure Russell and Justin will set you straight.
If you can't, no one can.
Hey-oh.
Hey. That's right, kid. She's on the warpath. She's clean and sober. No nothing.
Nothing will ever be as good as Mephisto's mushrooms. Nothing!
The devil's mushrooms.
Nothing will ever be as good as Mephisto's mushrooms. Don't worry, we'll have it on a shirt eventually.
Lil sitting on a mushroom. Oh, like a Smurf. All right. Yeah, so you're like an X-Men fan, so yeah, what are your thoughts on these?
No, like, I don't know. Like, honestly, when I'm looking back as a kid, I like the best form of X-Men is the animated show from the 90s. I'm sorry, it is. Like, some of those comics, especially from like the beginning, up until I'd say like
before New X-Men,
85.
Before
I'm
all,
just like,
before All New, All Different, at least.
Yeah, it's all kind of like, what the hell is even like when you're looking at it as an adult with a developed prefrontal cortex, right? You're like, what the hell was I reading? This guy's a total villain. He's a total predator. What is going on here?
Oh yeah, I mean, Justin and I covered that very, Uncanny X-Men #1, and oh my god, Xavier.
It's like that does not hold up.
Here,
not at all.
Here, get this room.
It's so shallow. Like no, and it's the writing is so shallow, and it's just like
get in this room in 5 seconds.
Yeah. The dialogue.
Oh, I told Justin.
Shakes me to my core, bro.
I told Justin, I said, in that story, Xavier's like, oh, I may be the first mutant. I'm like, I know, Stanley had no idea at that point, but I'm just like, I just picture Apocalypse standing there going, bitch, please.
We need that. Somebody needs to do some artwork of that.
I know. Xavier, I may be the first mutant. Okay.
Well, he's a rich white man. I'm sure he thought he had the idea first.
Oh, true.
But yeah, no, like I said, it's rough going. Like I like the space stuff. I actually like the early stuff when they go into space and all that. That's really cool. But like the actual them dealing with like the other stuff, it's just so it's like, babes, Magneto's right. I'm sorry, you're wrong. Period. Why don't y'all kiss and make up and like you go join Magneto's side? Like what are we doing here?
I mean, they almost kind of do that. It seems like every couple of years they It's
and
like,
then they ruin it.
Magneto.
They're so afraid to put Magneto and freaking Xavier together. They are so afraid of it.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
like, everybody will tell you, like, all the modern fans, like, that found it through the movies, what's the best trilogy? New Class. Why? Because we focus on who?
Xavier and Magneto.
Xavier and Magneto and their relationship. Even good old Picard. Even the old good Picard version. They still had a very, you could tell that they had a very good relationship.
Oh, yeah.
Both off screen and on screen,
Yep.
So, I'm just saying that's something that has to fundamentally be there. And now I think I think if X-Men was created now, just like we got that weird origin story for Nightcrawler, right? Like, they could go with the weirder ideas that they had back in the day.
Oh,
People wouldn't bat an eyelash about it.
Did you see Mystique and Destiny are getting married?
Yeah, I'm happy for them.
Mm-hmm.
I need a Destiny figure though. I have a Rogue, I have a Gambit, I have a Mystique. Like I need a family reunion for fan fiction theater.
Mm-hmm.
Although nothing would be as good as those 90s X-Men toys.
Oh,
I mean, they're crap, but listen, they've held up this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Not a chip of paint, not a nothing.
Are those the ones like I had some of those
from Toy Biz?
The Cyclops visor lights up and stuff, and
not the little figures, the big like 11-inch figures.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I had some of those, but the quality was actually crap. Like I thought it was interesting because each action figure had like something, like it wasn't like your standard just like same mold and they just like colored it different. Like each action figure had a different like actual power that related to the character. They were super cool. And the Cyclops one, that's the best Cyclops they'll ever do. Nothing will ever top that Cyclops.
Nice.
Sorry, Marvel Legends. Hate to be the one to tell you. Yeah, with the price on Marvel Legends going up, I don't see the quality going up, so I'm not happy about it, by the way. Anyway, yeah, no. This is a pretty fun story. Like, Wolverine's tolerable in it. Like, I hate Wolverine team-ups, unless it's the Hulk. Like, those two, I totally get why it's a cash grab event every single time. Like, I just love their feralness towards each other. Like, I get that. But anytime Wolverine shows up somewhere else, I'm like, this could have been X-23. This could have been anybody else. This could have been Sabretooth for all I care.
What about Wolverine? What about Wolverine and Frank Castle team-ups?
They make each other better, in my opinion. Because, like, Frank's incompetent. Wolverine is not incompetent. But, like, unless, like, you know, convenient plot point is convenient kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And I feel like he gets where Frank comes from, but, like, he can't oblige, right? But he wishes he could. That's what I get from those meetings every single time. It's like, you know, if you were a little more competent, you might get me over to your side. Because at the end of the day, Wolverine is a soldier at heart, mind, soul, body. No matter the century.
That messed up mind.
You know who like when Wolverine's written well, he reminds me of a well-written Vandal Savage.
Okay.
Which is hard for you to come between, but like when you find the good Vandal Savage stories, that's what it reminds me of. That's how you do a Man in Time, because it's gonna warp you. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah. Especially if you're that old.
Yeah, so. And they kind of lean into that. And they kind of, like I said, listen, Wolverine's a little deranged in the brain. We all know that. But, you know, the X-Men keep him in check.
Yes. All right.
And also, I ship him with Storm, not Jean.
Oh, really?
Somebody had to say it.
You do like the Storm relationship?
I do. Because, like, it's, like, at the end of, like, you know, towards, like, when he's, like, old man Logan, he's more mellow.
Yeah.
He's got some more sense, and he, like, wants to settle down and all that stuff, yeah. Better than lusting after Jean.
Yeah, it seems creepy that way. It seems creepier with Jean.
Anyway, yeah, let's get into there was Edge of Spider-Verse. I don't know if you picked it up.
I did not get it. Did you? What do you think?
I love the art. Beautiful gowns. Beautiful gowns. I will say the best story in it is probably the one by Jackson Lansing. There's a ton of people writing on it, so.
Okay. Yeah, it's like an anthology.
But Spider Bite, I'm just like, okay, who is this for exactly? Mm-hmm. It's just like, you know, it's also more multiversal spider stuff, so I'm just like, bleh.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of over the multiversal stuff for everything.
I mean, let the animated movie be its thing. Like, we don't need to keep going back to this well. You know, Spider character, the one digital avatar, that made the debut on Across the Spider-Verse.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's here, too. This was a $5 book, which I thought they were definitely going to charge a little bit more, so I'm glad that they kind of toned that down. But like I said, the artwork was really cool. And some of the stories are okay, but like, I'm over the concept in general, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Not a bad way to spend $5 if you're a Spider fan. Not the best, though, because the best, of course, was Ultimate #2.
Oh, yeah. All right, we go in there.
Yeah, let's dig in, kiddo. Oh, you don't want to talk about Spider-Boy or Spider-Woman either?
I mean, we can. That's how I was going to...
we can talk about Spider-Woman. We don't need to give Spider-Boy any airtime.
That's true.
Fine.
But I was also going to say it was the last issue of Secret Wars Battleworld.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
Where they revealed the Beyonders weren't testing Spider-Man as it appeared. They were testing that symbiote he's wearing for the first time.
Lame.
Basically, they're like, oh, well, this human, makes this symbiote better. It's not just a mindless killer.
That's like a burn to Eddie Brock. I don't appreciate it, okay?
I know.
Leave my lovable meathead alone.
Well,
he's doing the best he can, okay?
He hadn't met Eddie yet.
I know, I'm just saying.
I know. Hey.
I feel like it's a better fit. I do.
Hey, we get OG Hobgoblin slammed into a wall.
You know what? The only thing better than a dead Hobgoblin is a beat up Hobgoblin.
Exactly.
Green Goblin, any Goblin actually. Red Goblin, Goblin Queen.
Oh my!
The whole
gobble,
damn
gobble.
Goblin team.
Gobble gobble.
It's not November yet, please.
It's always Goblin season for Ray.
It's talking about meat so natural? Don't you want to get bullied like this? Be a patron.
That's right.
If you're a masochist, be a patron.
That's right.
Verbal abuse. It's what we thrive on. Because Ray likes it hard. And Ray likes it long. So, I mean, I don't know.
What?
Green Goblin is a hero?
Where?
Is that what that was supposed to be?
What?
I don't know. What is everybody's obsession with not making the Green Goblin as like vicious and brutal as ever? Like that's what you should lean into. You shouldn't water down Green Goblin. That's my only like.
Wait, where are you getting this from?
More vicious and brutal than ever.
Oh, it's Miss Spider-Man too.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah.
a little watered down.
Yeah. Well, again, we still don't know who the god. I mean, it could be Harry, but we don't know, and it's like
It has to be Harry. That's the only take to take, you know.
or unless Norman faked his death or something.
We've done that so many
I
times.
know.
I don't think he's gonna go there. I think he's gonna give us something a little different.
Well, I said I don't know. I was trying to read into that Ben and Jonah conversation. I'm like, it can't be one of them, can it?
If it's Ben, you know what? I would like it to be Jonah, but
I was gonna say maybe Jonah because remember he was one of the original like Hobgoblin suspects.
yeah,
so.
suspects. Everybody was a suspect back then, though.
I know.
That's my only thing. Like, I didn't kind of really like. I'm like, no, I need him to be a villain. Like, I need them to remember that Green Goblin is his arch nemesis. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. The one thing that really bugged me, well, at least the second time around, was
It bugged you.
I know the shocker.
Oh,
I'm
why
like-
did it bother you?
I'm like, Peter would fall for this a second time. I know it's supposed to be he's brand new, but I'm like, it's the effing shocker. I was
and
just.
that's what made it funny for me. I'm just like, oh yeah, he's got a lot to learn.
I guess, but after the first time, I was waiting for the second time for him to say, "Oh, okay, it's another sob story." Nah.
Well, I think they immediately are following up stuff. They're not dragging it out at all. It's just like, I feel like it's gonna be like boom, 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 boom. And I really like how they established his life in the first one, and they're really building off of it.
Mm-hmm.
I like this Peter way more than any Peter I've liked Hale in the last like decade or two.
All the Peters she's left behind.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, I like that.
It feels like a more daunting task now that he's an older man with more to lose, I guess, than just a teenager who just had a vendetta. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Well, I like that, like the one, like the inner monologue, like when he's like, you know, when you try to get back on track after having like 20 years stolen, he's like, or, you know, it's like he's like, are you ever going to be able to catch up, or are you always going to be behind?
Yeah. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of pre-Flashpoint Barry, where he's just out doing good to do good. Mm-hmm. And I really feel like ever since you had to have skin in the game to be a hero, especially on like the DC side.
Yeah, to have somebody, yeah.
Something's missing. Like, you know what I mean? And I think that's really at the core of what's wrong with DC. That's the rot. Like, you can't just be a good person that wants to do good.
To be a good
person. Like, Bruce Wayne doesn't need to be Batman. He's a billionaire. He could use his money. Literally, that would be the best way for him to be a superhero, is to use his money to better the world.
But yeah,
to make sure there's no starving people or homeless people, but he's beating up on the mentally ill, you know?
Yeah, but again, I think the Flash is the best example. He was a good guy just because he was a good guy for how long?
Exactly. Oh, well, I think we do have, no. I was going to say we have Dick Grayson, kind of, sort of, because like he did like that whole stint when they tried to make him like a cop too, and
yeah, but
it was giving a little Daredevil, you know, do gooder by day, do gooder by night.
Yeah, but again, too, he's always had dead parents, so
yeah, he's always had that dead parent hanging over his head. But you know, I'll give Bruce this: he did make him a better man by letting him get his vengeance, so he didn't turn into him. So that's the only thing we can say about that relationship.
Yes. Okay, I got a question for you. What's worse than a symbiote from space?
I don't know. What's worse?
A symbiote you get from Tony Stark.
Aww.
No. I'm not saying bad, but I'm just saying. Tell me that's not going to bite him in the butt.
Of course. I mean, calling Vision, calling Ultron.
I know. But
it's going to be way worse than that.
What I was like, is this Stark tech, or did Stark literally give him an alien symbiote?
A hybrid?
Maybe.
Robots are a thing. Like with the whole I feel like robots and AI have recaptured the imagination because it's so close to being like that near future, like just an inch away from actually like hell. from like being real. So I think people want to play with that idea a little bit more. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's like artificial intelligence or half and half or something like that.
No, I'm still loving this book. Yeah, I just wonder. I'm like, okay, what is it?
Yeah, we know Tony Stark's the captain of bad decisions.
I'm like, what kind of version of a bad Tony Stark decision is this going to be? Alien, tech, both, combination of both?
I feel like it's definitely going to be a combination of both. I feel like Tony would do that.
Mm-hmm.
But could you imagine you discover something that you didn't know missing, and you feel whole, but like that's the whole conflict. It's like, this feels right, but like I also have this whole life with so much more to lose now than a sick aunt. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just like, someone robbed you of 20 years of doing what you love, and it's just like, ugh. But I know he wants to build like drama and stuff, but I'm like, why wouldn't you tell Mary Jane? She was the one who kind of told you, follow your heart or whatever, and do.
Oh yeah, we gotta have some marital drama.
I guess, but I'm just like, why wouldn't you just tell her?
I'm sick of that too. Like, let's just let Mary Jane be Mary Jane, the love of his life, where he keeps no secret. They are Spider-Man, okay? They are Spider-Man.
Watch out, internet.
No, like I hate that people blew that whole thing out of proportion because it's like they were married. She said, "I will carry this burden with you. You don't have to hide anything from me." And people, because it was that particular Iris, half the Felicity said that people would have ate that shit up with a spoon, bro. That's what pisses me off, and we all know it. Do not act brand new about that. So that's what I mean. So like they're kind of like, I think the reveal. I think they're doing this the drama for the reveal of him. He's like, well, I actually did decide to follow my heart. I hope you're okay with it.
Yeah. Although
maybe she's not, and maybe Paul shows up. I don't know.
Oh, don't you dare! Don't put that in the atmosphere.
It's still Hickman, so
yeah.
Listen, Marshall Shadow's got a lot riding on this. He's like, don't you do it, Hickman! Don't you Hickman this!
Don't bend this. Don't Zeb Wells this.
Ooh, even worse. Even worse.
But I do like that. Now him and his daughter share the secret.
Thing like that's totally like an allusion to Mayday. I love that for us.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a bad thing to say about this book. Honestly.
Yeah, no, I'm still
other than like let Green Goblin be a badass, please.
Yeah, and again, you don't know that the Goblin's not a villain. It's basically it's just what is this?
Like,
person's
I just
motivation?
wanted him to show up and blow shit up.
Yeah, and again, just because he's messing with Fisk doesn't mean he's not a bad guy. It could just be
that could be just a power struggle.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, think about it. If it is Jonah, that's why, because he took the paper.
Ooh.
Uh-huh.
I would love to do something more with Jonah. Like, they always kind of teased us with, like, doing more with Jonah, like, him, like, leaning into it. But, ever since that Spider Slayer situation, they kind of like, no, we better not. So it would be a cool, interesting take on that.
Threatened menace vigilante, A2 Jonah?
Well, and to be fair, it could be his Lex Luthor, where he's just mad that he's not the guy in the suit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Total jealous thing. I could see it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, think
about a great setup for the next issue too, though. Like, there's so much to explore in this world. It's just so interesting the twists that they're taking on it.
Oh yeah, I'm still there. I'm still down for this. And like I said, I think on our Daredevil episode, this sold out again. I was told within a couple hours on Wednesday, it's sold out. So.
Is it going back for a second printing, you think?
I would assume if it sells out in one day, I would assume it's going to. If Marvel has any brains, they will. Yeah. And thank you everyone. I think Marvel's hopefully they're getting the message.
We'll see. They're kind of stubborn a little bit sometimes about things.
They're like, give us the better story.
They put all their eggs into the Zeb's basket.
I know.
Feels like.
But it's like I think fans are showing.
And now they got egg on their face.
Oh well. Hopefully it's egg.
Ooh. I mean, that's me being polite.
I know. No, but I think they're...
Because they did give us black armor, so at least they got one.
Yes.
Maybe. They gave Daredevil, so they got a couple things right.
Maybe they're saying, we'll settle for one Spider-Man book a month as long as you give us the quality.
Exactly. And if it ain't amazing, so be it.
Exactly.
So be it.
Did we want to talk any Spider-Woman or not?
If you want to. I could talk about it.
Because, number 4 came out, which is the last Gang War issue. But, yes, it seems like this is going on past Gang War.
Her son.
I know.
Oh, it's so cute.
I almost don't I don't know. A lot of writers, it just seems like they're like, yeah, no, we don't want to have to deal with kids. So either
that gut punch in number 3 for the cliffhanger though, and then it's just
yeah.
like, let's follow it up with a right hook. Boom. That's the one thing they really do tug on the emotions of Spider. If you've read Spider-Woman's stuff, they love to just really put their fans through the ringer. You think Daredevil gets put through the ringer? No. Spider-Woman fans get put through the ringer.
Oh yeah, since like day one.
Yeah, but like she could have left her best friend out of this.
Oh, I mean Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
But
I do like how they do pull in, like I said about the last issue, how they're pulling in like all the like female heroes and like. It's not a rivalry, it's a sisterhood. I do dig it.
Yeah, I mean, other writers have even been pulling this for the last couple of years where, Carol and Jessica are pretty close. So.
I mean, I don't get it, but okay. I don't get how anybody can be friends with Captain Marvel's, that version of Captain Marvel. I'm just saying. I mean, it's not Kelly Thompson's version, so, I don't get it.
Yeah. Who is this Madam Web character who's just...
No one cares, Phil. No one cares.
I know,
Stop trying to make it a thing.
And it's Madam Web too. It's Julia Carpenter.
They tried. They failed. Move on.
Well, they kept what little of the Spider-Man franchise they have. So.
Boy, that was a desperate. You know what I heard? That kind of leads me to believe that they are tricking people into thinking it's the MCU. You remember how like that Bad Bunny guy was going to do that movie for like 2 seconds, and then literally within a month he said he wasn't going to do it.
Oh, the Mexican.
Somebody's like, "Hey, bro, you know that's not MCU. That's the Sony stuff." So like his agent and the studio were trying to trick him into doing that damn movie.
Yeah, I think
that is confirmed.
Oh yeah, it's almost confirmed here. I think all the people, all the women from Madam Web, they kind of tricked and said, "Oh yeah, that's the MCU kid. It's a Marvel movie, right?"
Like they really thought they were going to see Tom Holland and Zendaya. Oh, you stupid kids!
Oh my lord, we're going to be the next Robert Downey Jr. No, you're not.
Sorry, babes. Better luck in the DC verse.
We're going to be the next Black Widow. No, you're not.
Like I said, I find that so funny that Black Widow is just not a spider person.
Yeah, well.
So it's like, it's right there, bro.
Well, she kind of is now. She has a symbiote.
Yeah, well, we'll see how long that lasts.
Oh, did I see? Are they doing a new, I don't know if it's a mini series. I think they're doing like another like Black Widow Hawkeye thing or something.
I wonder why.
I wonder why too.
I mean, it would be great if they would bring ScarJo back for that TV show, but
Well, no. I'm talking a comic book. No.
I know. I'm just saying, like that's the only way I could see that working because corporate synergy.
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
They should.
We haven't. I mean, we really like. That was so weird that we didn't really have a. Like we've gone this on without like a real proper ongoing for Black Widow.
Yeah, since Kelly Thompson's, yeah.
That's weird, right?
Well, again, is that just the synergy backfired on them? Where they're like, oh, she's not in a movie or TV show right now, so there's no need for
a female-led badass. Okay, that the boys and the girls love. Like, okay, okay.
As long as we don't get a Silk in its place, I'm fine. Well, not
exactly.
really.
Sorry, Ray.
Yeah, sorry.
We have to veto you on that one, bud.
Sorry to all you Silk fans. Sorry, Ray.
What the F?
All Tuesdays. They must buy so many copies.
I don't know, man. I mean, has a Silk ongoing gone like past like 10 or so, 12?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, well.
You can only fap so much to the same thing, Phil.
Whoa!
Gotta get a variety, you know?
I don't know. Some people like the fap to the same thing.
Sounds like a plan, Jan.
No, that's not a Marvel Snap joke, though it could be.
So yeah,
it was just a really nice package.
I'll just touch on Spider-Boy. I think it's actually had an improvement, but I think it's too little too late at issue 4 as most people drop out on issue 3. Yeah.
What did you think of the Miles appearance?
Wolf. They could have left that. I don't think they did Miles justice, nor was it meant to do that. If you know what I'm saying.
Or they think that's them saying, "Oh, look, Spider-Boy's so much better than Miles."
It's giving that first Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles meetup.
Yeah.
Where it's like very one-sided in one way. Yeah. Scroll on over to our other feed for that reference. Mm-hmm. And then if you like Daredevil, you'll love the original.
Oh god, and then we get Boy Spider.
Yeah. Yeah, that happened.
I know.
It's still one of the better issues, though. But I think people have tuned out. And I really love the artwork. Shout out to Paco Medina and Ty Templeton.
Yeah, the art is good.
And the cover was really good. Like, I saw a lot of people, like, walking by the shelf and going, oh, what's the... Oh, Dan Slott Spider-Boy. Oh, never mind.
Oh, my.
Like, I literally saw so much of that. Like,
Really?
people would see that it was Dan Slott, and they just gotta put it back. It's messed up.
And then Slott really loves the show. Like, he knows Spider-Man history because it's like the Vulturians. Like, really?
Exactly.
We're going
like,
there.
Babes, not the best choice. It's a deep cut. We appreciate it, but like maybe appeals to the mainstream just a little bit. Just a little bit. But like the editor let it go, so what do I know?
I mean, what happened to this setting up a shocker to get knocked down? Come on.
He's gotta learn.
Who, Slott, huh? He's been writing Spider-Man in one form or another for like 10 years. When's he gonna learn?
Exactly, Phil. That's a great question to ask.
I'm still waiting.
Did you answer your own question, sir?
I was going to say, I'm still waiting for Bendis to learn.
No. Some stuff is good.
Yeah.
He just has to, like, sometimes he tries to go outside of his lane, and he doesn't know how to go outside of his lane. He's definitely and I don't mean this in a bad way, because a lot of people are one-trick ponies, and they live their whole life just fine.
Well, like we said, I think Slott is good with like his own creator-owned stuff, but when he's playing with other people's toys, it's just sometimes he loses the plot. Moon Knight.
Superman.
Oh yes.
Like, worst of all, Superman.
Lil's like, I'm
sorry, Moon Knight fans, but we have it worse, and I will fight you on this.
Lil's like, I'll do you one better. There's only 12 issues of Moon Knight.
Exactly.
Oh, and kids, for those of you, stay tuned, Ray. Who is Moon Knight?
It's Egyptian Batman.
Why would you do that to him? Why would you do? You're so vindictive. You know what? He's petty. He can't help it.
That's right.
He has a whole podcast about it.
That's right. I do that with some salty bitch, yeah.
Now more saltier than ever, actually.
Oh, for 2024, can we change the name of the show to Sober and Petty?
If you want to make that joke for the rest of the year, feel free.
Sober, salty, and petty. Sober, salty, and petty. No, it's just 2 people, not 3. All right. I
think we're done. We can wrap it up. What do we got for next week?
All right.
I'm still trying to get the Madam Web taste out of my mouth, so can you make something good?
Oh.
It's still haunting my nightmares, bro. Like,
I know. Next week, more Wolverine. We're going to cover Marvel Comics Presents 48 through 50. We'll just do the Spider-Man and Wolverine story, so it's kind of almost like page count, like 1 issue, so.
Okay. Mercifully.
Yes.
Mercifully so. Thank you.
Yes. And then in 2 weeks, we'll do Spider-Man 8 through 13, the Todd McFarlane Spider-Man Wolverine team up.
You're a little off, Phil. You could have timed it a little better.
What?
To line up with 350.
Oh, sorry.
She's like, I can only do so much, Will.
I didn't know if the Queen was going. I didn't know until the last minute the Queen was going to talk on Spawn 350. Okay.
What? I love it.
I know.
Spawn.
I know you do.
Not enough to have a whole Spawn podcast, but I love it.
And then at the end of the month, talk about magic. No, when the boys come back at the end of March, we'll talk Scarlet Spider 17 through 19 with a Wolverine guest appearance in there. So, see, that worked out.
Everybody gets a Wolverine,
That's right. We're doing some on X-Men Classics. So, yes.
Although Wolverine's not a classic.
He's 50.
X-Men.
He's 50.
Comes much later.
He's 50 years old.
If he wasn't part of the original class, I don't want you to call him like. No, I'm kidding.
There was a classic X-Men book where he was in like every issue.
I know. He wasn't there from the beginning, but neither was Storm. So,
See, and you said those ones before them were crap anyway.
Yeah, in retrospect, it was very shallow. It still was fun for a child to read, which is what comics were supposed to be. And now they're not even fun.
No.
Now it's just wallowing through all this self-doubt and pity. It's like, hey, babes,
So
I can go wallow in my own bottle of booze for that.
Oh my. So what came first? The current kids not wanting to read the comics, or the comics not being fun? So the kids were like, "Nah, it's okay."
I think the comics not being fun. When it went down that dark, gritty path, and they didn't really come up for air for like a decade. I mean, you can only do so much. That's why I got burnt out on Batman. Like, God, smile, boy. You're a billionaire.
Your mother's a whore.
You got Catwoman as your main lady.
Your mother's a whore.
And you got old zipperless bodysuit lusting after you. Like, what are you upset about?
Oh my! So what are you saying? The last decade of comics?
There was nothing to get wet about anyway. Not even Batman Damned. We all know that was a sock. And worst of all, we found out Batman is not a generous lover.
That's right. That's right. He does not take the elevator down.
I don't think Selena puts up with that. I'm sorry.
Oh, jeez.
Don't pull it out unless you're going to use it. That's true for guns and penises.
This isn't the Daredevil podcast.
All right. So, yes, kids. So, yes, send us all your Wolverine thoughts. Email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics, episodes, social media, merchandise. For God's sakes, buy yourselves a t-shirt, a cup, a phone case. There's so sticker.
KO.
Oh, my Lord. The one thing we don't have?
Nothing will ever be as good as Mephisto's mushrooms. Coming soon.
Oh, the Lilith Hellfire brand. Where's our first customer? Hello, Justin. All right. And, of course, Lilith's favorite, if you just want to rain random money on us, use that Cash App link.
Make it rain.
And, of course, the Patreon, where it's getting crazier and wilder over there. As, yes, our February episode is our AVN Adult Video News Review. And in March,
I love how you do the full name like people don't know.
Oh, please, there's something new. There's going to be somebody like Ray who's not going to know. Well, I wouldn't put no Ray. I'm sure Ray knows what it is. But and then in March, go in the head of Lilith Hellfire for our talk on Lilith Hellfire conspiracy theories. I'm scared.
Well, if you don't want birds or real, give me a topic, kids.
I'm scared. So yes, subscribe to that Patreon because it is
more vicious and brutal than ever.
Should I just pick a topic out of the fishbowl? Like, is that what I should do?
I guess.
Just make it random.
Is there something you feel passionate about? Or?
You know me, I can rant about anything for an hour. So.
Or if you want, make a list, number it, and I'll randomly pick a number, maybe, or I don't know.
I'll just do the fishbowl. It'll be fine.
That's true, because you're not filling it with alcohol these days. Okay.
Exactly. It's got to be put to some kind of use.
So find everything at tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network.
I'm going to eat this up with a fork and spoon.
All right. Miss Lilith Hellfire. You can find her on the Facebooks once a month.
Yeah. I'll accept requests once a month.
For about 5 minutes once a month. So catch her while you can.
Either do the 6 or do the 9. Somebody's muffin's getting buttered. That ain't my business.
But yes, subscribe to that Patreon, kids.
I wonder if my wrist is ready for that.
No, it is not.
Ooh, that sure was close. I didn't get manhandled.
Not this year.
Although somebody did get manhandled in Ultimate Spider-Man.
Well, yeah.
Don't get fingered.
That's right, Goblin. Don't get caught. All right, kids. Thanks for joining us again. Next time, Marvel Comics presents 48 through 50. That's some McFarlane goodness.
McFarlane.
Oh, my. All right, kids. Join us next time. But until then, swing on back.
Flip, bub.
And a schnicked. Good night.